My name is Luba. I'm a success coach of Match Guarantee. And this is a love story of our successful client, Timothy, and his lady, Lesia. Just want to present myself a little bit to those who doesn't know me. I'm with Match Guarantee now would be around 4 years. So, and those successful clients who are engaged, married, or in long-term relationships. So, you are welcome to register with us. Yeah. Okay, Dima. Hello, Juan Antonio. So welcome to register with us and to have a free Zoom consultation with me, so we can discuss basically your journey of finding genuine Ukrainian lady and how we can help you. So I will guide you through the process. And yeah, because register please here under this link. So the greatest satisfaction for me personally when I see a result of our clients, when clients calling or writing, meeting with lady came successfully. So it's biggest joy for me, and I'm worrying when something went wrong during meeting with ladies. So I'm really, I'm really worrying together with my clients. Привет, cutie pie Люба. Oh my God. International health coach. Hello, guys. So let's invite our Timothy, who kindly agreed, to participate today, because, of course, as you know, some clients want to be private, and we respect your privacy, but we're very thankful for Tim, who agreed to share his success story, because it helps you a lot, of course. Let's invite Timothy.
Hi, everyone.
Timothy, привет! Hello.
Yeah.
Good to see you again. Very happy to see you. Yeah, we are live, so guys can ask questions here in live stream, and we will be answering. I will be reading questions as we have something that that you guys interested. Please comment. Tim will share his will answer question from his experience. We are transparent here, so you can ask any questions to our existing client that's successful now. Okay, thank you, Tim, again for joining. Please introduce a little bit yourself and tell about yourself. Where do you live and how old are you?
Yeah, I'm 32, live in the Cleveland area. Currently, I'm working as a IT auditor, so basically get to evaluate computer systems and check what's working and what's not. Yeah.
Super. I know that you have a second job also as like your hobby, also in TV industry. Yeah.
Yeah, I tend to do lighting and rigging for various films that go on in the area whenever I schedule listing.
Yeah, and you travel for work even to UK, Europe. I know that you.
Yeah, travel for work about once a month. Yeah, outside the US, it's about once or twice a year, though.
Okay, why you decided to jump on this journey to find Ukrainian wife? How you got this idea to find Ukrainian lady?
Well, I've been looking locally for a while, and I just can't find any girl that I think long-term things would at least work out well. And when I can't find anyone locally, it makes sense to search elsewhere. And Ukraine seems as good a place as any.
Yeah, so how did you do your research? How you came to Match Guarantee, basically? I know that you had some, a little bad experience, I would say, with scam agency that you told me. Not much.
Well, it was what I would describe as a free trial from a scam agency, where it was letters, and after a couple, something just seemed off. Where the writing seemed off, it just sketchy is the best way I could describe it. I looked through the various client interviews. I looked through various reviews online and found Match Guaranty, and that's how I
So
eventually made my decision.
by review, yes, first in our YouTube channel, I guess, yeah.
Yeah. Seeing some of the previous clients, seeing some of the girls talking, that actually helped calm my nerves a lot.
So see, guys, how helpful you are when you agree to share your love stories. It motivates a lot as a guys, as you can see from experience of Timothy. And you was using, as I remember, Ukraine's brides agency. That's the agency that you tried, and
Yeah.
was weird experience, yeah?
Yeah, I think the best way of describing it is the writing style would change from one letter to another, where it seemed it wasn't the same person, and you just get this intuition just says something's off. And there's no other way to describe it other than, yeah, something's wrong.
Yes.
Take a pause.
Yeah. Here's a compliment for you, Timothy.
Oh, thanks, Bill.
From Bill. It's true. Timothy is very handsome, blue eyes, Yeah. Yeah. He is
It's
about your
Shaker
area.
Heights. Shaker Heights.
This is his area. Somebody neighbors here, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So basically, you came to us, you didn't have much bad experience. You told me you just spent $40 basically on Ukraine Brides Agency, as I recall.
Yeah.
So it was not much bad, yeah. And you found us.
Well,
Okay.
$40 is enough to realize if something's wrong.
So guys, use your intuition, it will lead you right way. Okay. Let's talk about experience with Match Guarantee. So how many ladies you was introduced before your lady Lesia?
I was introduced to 2 before Lisa.
So basically, guys, how we doing? If you register with us, we will propose you basically to take Match Guarantee for test drive, and we will see how lady out of 10 will be interested in you. So this way you see percentage of basically of interested of our ladies, and you by this you evaluate how realistic you are. Maybe you need to course correct a little bit in age gap or something. So Timothy chose 10 ladies, right? And so how many ladies from these 10 said yes to you during this test drive with us?
I think it was 3, but at the same time, a couple were currently in a relationship. Another had recently moved to another country because of the war and just wanted to take a break. So it's
one lady was basically so guys, I explain a little bit. When a lady start communicate with one of our clients, basically we're not introducing her to any other clients. We give chance to couple to build relationship, to concentrate on each other. It's the best interest of you and your lady. So it's what happened with one lady in the team. She just started to talk to someone, so she was basically on hold. And we tell this to guys, of course. I remember it was 2 ladies, Evgenia and Anastasia, two ladies that were interested. And you choose first Anastasia, for basically
correct, yeah.
your first choice, Anastasia. So and the call went well, yeah.
It went really well.
So tell experience with our ladies before Lesia, how it was for you. With first was Anastasia and then Olga.
They were very kind. Very beautiful. There was afternoon.
Afternoon, Brandon and everybody. Hello.
Oh, it's not a smoke detector. It's a CO2 battery, and I replaced it, and it kept beeping. I just have to replace the entire unit, and I haven't done
We're discussing your interior design. Yeah.
it. Yeah,
Okay.
the beeping. Yeah, eventually you get used to it, but
beeping,
it's a
yeah.
little weird on the call.
Yeah.
They were both very kind. We talked for about half an hour, 45 minutes for each. The most difficult thing was finding scheduling that worked out for both of us between work and for each of us and the time change.
Yeah, time difference. And I remember with Anastasia, Anastasia, your first lady, she was still in Ukraine, and it was winter time still when you
Yeah.
started with us. And it was power outages in Ukraine, and but she was determined to find the time. We did call in the early morning, I remember, 7 or 8 a.m. Ukrainian time. Yeah.
Yeah, it was 7 or 8 a.m. Ukrainian time, and then I think it was midnight or 1 a.m. Eastern.
Yeah. So guys, our ladies basically they interested to find good man, husband, so they make all kind of efforts, even in difficult situation that in Ukraine now. They find in time and efforts to basically communicate with guy and see if you're compatible. Basically, during this Zoom video dates, you can experience connection with each other and see if you're interested. And if you would like to basically continue to start your relationship. Yeah, with Anastasia was a lot of, I remember it was movie, interested that you like horror movies. That was kind of funny. Yeah, okay. And but your relation didn't continue. Basically, you didn't meet. So
No. No, it lasted roughly 6 or 8 weeks and just fizzled out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So reason I remember, she started new job basically and was working too much at that time. Yeah. And it was hard to basically, she was afraid to lose job.
Yeah, she was a lawyer and started a new job, and lawyers in the US and everywhere else, they work crazy hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But at that time, he was planning already to go to Europe. So let's see how much time it took for you to basically how long time you are a client. So I remember we met first time in coaching call 3rd December. I remember 2022. So it's when we spoke first time, and you become client at the beginning of 2023. So guys, look, it's only Timothy became client this year, and he already found his Lesia. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So this is you together in This is Timothy and Lesia in trip in Italy, but we will talk about this now.
Yeah, that was us on. That one is us on Mount Vesuvius, I think.
Fantastic. Yeah. So okay, so basically we understood that you cannot meet with first lady. We started to search for you basically hard to search for you. We wanted you to meet basically your lady while you're traveling for work in Europe. I remember this. You was going to London in March. Yeah. So second lady you spoke was Olga was. How did you feel?
Olga was kind. She was living in Switzerland at the time with a couple of friends, and just was not interested. It's the best way. She was kind, she was attractive, just not for me.
Yeah, I agree with you because I'm helping with these calls, I'm helping with translation always. So don't worry, guys, if lady doesn't speak perfect English, I will help you always. And in case it just was no connection, I agree with you, you know, when we discuss this, obviously. And then was our recommendation, was Lesia. So Lesia was a recommendation basically from us, from Tatiana, our matchmaker. I know Lesia. I remember she's fantastic. She's fantastic, kind, tender, you know, this great personality. I met her in Kiev a while ago. So she basically was great. Here, look, we show team girlfriend. Hopefully future wife Lesia. So guys, look at these pictures. It's in our office, one of the pictures taken. So basically before the war we invited ladies to our office for interview, because we check and interview each lady that we accept to our database. So we took her pictures in our office. So you will see similar interiors on some pictures. So it's our office. Yeah, very kind, very polite, very nice girl. So
she's probably one of the kindest people I've ever met.
So nice to hear such, you know. Okay. Yeah. So when Tatiana told me let's recommend Lesia for Timot, I say yes. It's fantastic. So if you can tell a little bit about her, her age, her job.
Yeah, she's 32, about 6 months younger than I am.
Yeah.
She
6 months.
She currently works as a accountant for an accounting agency, basically doing the books for a bunch of local companies. Has her own house with 2 dogs. Yeah.
Okay, so how was you feeling during this Zoom video date with Lesia?
Incredibly nervous.
Incredibly nervous. I always, you know, guys, before each call, I'm like, Timothy, relax, please, meditate, relax. Like this. Yeah, don't be shy, but yeah, at the beginning you was really shy because it's first time, you know. So
yeah, it's natural. Whenever you meet someone new that you're interested in, you're gonna be a little shy. Yeah.
Actually, for Lesia, it was also first video dates like this. I don't remember she was on any, you know, like this Zoom calls, Zoom video dates. She was nervous also too much. And I have to tell that you have a lot of common things, like you like nature, you live like in outskirts of basically Cleveland, and it's nature. Yeah, Lesia also lives in the nature. She's in small town, you know, she's small town girl. She has these dogs, you know, nature she admires. So basically you like similar things, and her profession is also similar, right? She's teaching accountants to use this software for accounting.
Yeah, teaching different accountants how to use QuickBooks.
Yeah. So basically, guys, one of the tips when you meet lady on Zoom call, normally, you know, one of the signs of your basically soulmate or potential connection when conversation flowing well. You know, sometimes guys cannot get enough of each other. You know, I see this happen. So it was nice conversation. Yeah. And what about? I want to ask about language barrier. Basically, how was Lesia English? And
her English is much better than she thinks it is.
Okay.
Occasionally there's a strange word that needs to be looked up. But yeah, her English is wonderful.
Yes.
It really is.
You're very loyal. Okay. Did you have any challenge with this English, overcome English barrier? And your pieces of advice to guys, basically, if lady doesn't speak very good English, what would you advise?
I would advise learning a little bit Ukrainian. Because there's some simple words that you'll understand. Even if you don't remember the word to speak it yourself, you'll understand the word when you hear it. That helps a little bit. having Google Translate on your phone helps a lot too.
Guys, listening good advices from Eric
Um,
already.
some,
Done the Google
sometimes a
Translate.
translation will come through and it will sound or look really weird out of context. And in that situation, I'd recommend first going to a different translator and typing the information in and seeing what that comes out. And then second, asking to rephrase it, because Ukrainian and English are very different languages, and things will sometimes just look very odd.
Yes, different position of wording, basically, you know, and translation very strange. So do you have any recommendation of these translation apps maybe for guys that you can recommend?
For written text, I would recommend, I think it's Microsoft Translate, because you can basically take a picture of a piece of paper with everything printed on it and it will translate for you. So you can actually read what the foreign language is in English. There's the one that's built into Viber, which is good most of the time.
Viber, yes. Viber we always recommend to couples. If lady doesn't speak perfect English, we recommend Viber instead of WhatsApp.
And then I found another weird one that I've only had to pull up 2 or 3 times that uses AI for translation. So if there's any very strange vocab that just doesn't move from one word to another very easily, where you need to understand it within context to know what the translation is, it's helped. But it's like the 6th option down on a Google page. I don't remember the name.
Okay, and I know we use also like Say Hi. It's an app. I don't know if maybe something more up to date, but some clients use Say Hi. Okay, thank you for that. So for you, it was not basically not problem, this language barrier, because
No.
Super.
Yeah, no, the language barrier becomes a issue of looking it up maybe, I don't know, once a month. Yeah, it's only happened 2 or 3 times. Yeah.
Yeah, because sometimes guys come with request. Let's say, I want lady who speak English, you know, we need to communicate. So here's the answer, you know, because I know Lesia doesn't speak perfect English. I heard her speaking, but the team is so loyal to her. And I guess she's improved now, communicating with you so much, you know, every day. Yeah, she improved.
Yeah.
Ladies always improving with you guys when they have motivation, when they find you. You find them and they improve in their English. This is again from experience. Super. Thank you, team. Okay. So you become client in basically very early 2023, and you was introduced to Lesia in March. This is I remember.
Yeah,
So
early
this is your
March.
3rd lady. Yeah, so guys, see, it's like a couple months from when Tim became actually client, couple months, you know, took him to find his lady. Because we have all these, you know, fantastic genuine women, you know, that we already checked, interviewed, and basically selected for you. So it should happen for you fast, you know, because of quality women that we have. Yeah. So how much you were in long distance relationship before you met, and how you actually met and where?
We were talking through Viber for about 2 months before meeting up in Naples.
2 months. It was May, yeah. So March.
Yeah,
End
it
of
would have.
May.
About middle of May, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she ended up arriving a day early because of, well, there's no airplanes currently flying in Ukraine due to the conflict.
Yeah.
So she had I think it was a crazy 40-hour bus ride from Kyiv.
She's I think Cherkasy, yeah. She's
Yeah,
in this
yeah.
area. Yeah,
She
she's
drove
living
to
in the
Kyiv.
village near
Yeah,
Cherkasy. Yeah. 40 hours.
I think so. Yeah, I know it was a day and a half to 2 days. It
Yeah, yeah.
was an insane,
hmm
insane bus ride, is how I would describe it.
See, guys, ladies taking so much effort, to meet you. Now it's not possible to fly within Ukraine, not possible to fly to Europe. So basically, bus or train, this is a way of transportation for ladies to go outside of Ukraine and meet you. Many of our couples meeting in Warsaw, Krakow, Poland, but Lesia was going, I think, in Italy. It's her mom was living there, yeah, as I
Yeah,
recall. So you decided just to meet in
yeah.
Italy.
Her mom was living in Geneva, which
Uh-huh.
was
hmm
um, about an hour plane ride away from Naples. But Naples, she didn't have to transfer to another bus,
hmm
and
hmm
she'd always wanted to see Pompeii as well. So it all worked
Oh,
out.
it's in my list also. Was in Naples but didn't see Pompeii, unfortunately. Okay, super. So guys, basically, some ladies still staying in Ukraine, and of course, we don't recommend you to travel in Ukraine because of the war. So these ladies who are in Ukraine, they will take bus or train and go to meet you, most likely in Poland, or you can arrange country where it's most convenient for you. One of the European country, most likely, like Timothy and Lesia did. Mhm. Okay, so communication was around 2 months on distance. And how intense was communication? How responsive she was.
So responsive would depend on time of day. Once again, because
Mhm.
of the time
Time
shift.
difference again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
6 o'clock here when I would get home from work.
Mhm.
She's gonna be in bed. She's not gonna stay up till 2, 3 a.m. if she has to be
Mhm.
awake at 7.
Mhm.
So I would be texting a lot during work between opening up various documents when I could, and she would
Yeah.
usually text roughly when she'd get home, just because of the way the time
Mhm.
would work out.
So basically, communication was every day, like messages.
Yeah, yeah,
Mhm. Super.
depending on the day, depending on what's going on, it's anywhere between once or twice to maybe 30 to 50.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay. And how often were your video calls with Lesia? Because guys, we recommend at least once a week try to do video calls instead of chatting. We recommend to do video calls because that's how you actually connect with your lady. You feel, kind of,
Video
I don't know,
calls.
chemistry. Yeah, whatever.
We've
Mhm.
video called twice. Part of it
Mhm.
has to do with the
Beautiful.
language barrier,
Mhm.
and the other part has to do with scheduling. I had a major project in June where I was basically working
Mhm.
nonstop
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
only had time to basically come home, eat, sleep, do laundry, and head back to work. So we've video called a couple of times, but it's not been nearly as much as recommended.
Yeah. It's the best. I know Joe recommends sometimes
Yeah.
not to even maybe a few messages per week, for some guys, but mostly you message every day. It's good. Of course, you not
Yeah.
only good morning, good night, but discuss some interesting topics. And of course, at least once a week, we recommend video calls. That's how you see each other and feel that connection. Whatever you can feel through a computer, phone. Okay, super. So you met in Italy.
Yeah.
Uh, can you share your experience when you meet Lesia? How you felt? How was your first meeting? Your emotions?
So the first meeting, the trip to Italy, if anything could go wrong, it basically did. Um, and that includes how we first met.
This is Italy, guys.
um,
It's different locations. Yeah.
so we each got separate hotel rooms at the
Okay.
hotel.
Okay. In
And
Naples. Mhm.
because we had never met face to face before, and
Mhm.
honestly, it
Yeah.
would make things a lot less awkward. possibly.
Yeah.
But she had a couple of questions that basically involved the safe. Couldn't figure out the combination, or it wasn't opening properly and locking. So she asked if I could talk to someone at the front desk and figure it out. And went over to the front desk and, do you know anything about the safe, how to make it work? And she said, sure, let me go up. Come with me. Like, we're supposed to meet in 2 hours for the first time, but okay. So went up, and the first time I met her was in her room while the person at the front desk was trying to troubleshoot the safe.
Okay, guys, here's piece of advice. Basically, when you're planning meeting with lady, it would be nice to propose at least, to propose like separate rooms, separate hotels,
Yeah.
of course, propose to cover her transportation expenses, it's not expensive to travel by this bus or train, but at least you're a gentleman, you take care about Ukrainian lady.
Yeah.
But then you will see as you proceed the relationship, you will see how it goes, step by step. Okay, so what was your activity? So how was Pompeii?
Pompeii is...
You sent me a few pictures from there, I remember.
So we went during the slow season, so we would have less people to worry about. And it takes 3 or 4 hours to wander around without crowds. So if you go, let's say in August, it's going to be easily 7 or 8 hours to see everything. It's huge. It's an actual small town. It's not just a tiny museum. It's a proper Roman town.
Yeah, so it was interesting, yeah?
Yeah.
Ruins. Okay, you had some, I say, funny, adventurous experiences that you shared, about these crazy Italian drivers or something.
Oh.
How Lesia reacted, basically, her reaction to situation.
Yeah, the two of us didn't really feel comfortable walking around. And it wasn't because of crime. Italian drivers are a little unusual. I think that's the best way of describing it. The road laws are a little iffy. We saw a couple of cars driving on the sidewalk, a few, about once a day. And then there would be a random barrier in the sidewalk to prevent people from doing just that, from continuing down, and then they would stop, go in reverse, and then go back on the road. That part was a little scary.
But not scary for us, for Lesia, for us Ukrainians. I remember I was kind of worrying about what's going on when you were meeting, So I'm normally writing, guys, how are you, because I want to know. Hopefully everything goes well, of course, we cross fingers here when meeting of couple going on. I remember you wrote, oh, I really like Lesia. She's so calm. I never met so calm person that react on a crazy stress situation like this.
So that situation, we actually got lost. We were heading back to Naples on the train, and it turns out we got on the wrong train. And it was 8 o'clock at night. We were in a small village in Italy in the mountains, apparently 2 hours away from Naples. And it was the last stop until 7 a.m.
This is about Pompeii already. How
Yeah.
it was. Also people who were covered by volcanic ash, frozen in time of death.
Most of those statues have been moved. There's only a couple on location.
This is about translator, because we have questions here. This is about portable translator. If lady doesn't speak English, maybe it's a good idea. Muama enens. Bill is recommending, for translation purposes. Okay, yeah, okay. I think I read everything about Italy. We'll have few questions we go through after, you tell me story, how it was. Uh-huh.
But in small Italian villages, everything closes at 6.
Mm-hmm.
No one speaks English, and
Mm-hmm.
neither of us speak Italian.
Uh-huh.
No buses back. Even the taxi companies. There were 4 in town. 3 did not pick up, and the one guy that did said he didn't feel like making the drive that late.
Uh-huh.
Eventually, a bus driver stopped at the end of his shift who spoke some English, and we were able to translate through him to some of his friends that were nearby. And then they called one of their other friends that was 20 minutes away, and we ended up paying him a few euros to get us back. But we were almost stranded at the train station without a place to stay or a way home or anywhere to eat. It was very, a little stressful.
Yeah. So how you felt with her? When you meet first time, what was your feeling like?
Really, really nervous.
Nervous? Yes, I can imagine.
She's incredibly kind. She's incredibly beautiful.
Yeah,
And
she is.
also we had spent 2 months talking, and it was the first time actually being able to see face to face.
Mm-hmm.
And you have hopes that things will go well, but at the same time, you're worried if not everything's perfect, things will not. And most of it's a mental.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. No, this is about just about this translation.
Yeah.
Just guys commenting. Yeah, you can speak later. We will put questions now, not to disturb you.
Yeah. No, but Italy, delicious food, very kind people. The drivers are a little scary. That's
Fantastic. And of course, we asked Lesia how it went, with Timothy. She said that I really like him, meeting is going very well. I'm happy. And I find in Timothy many qualities of men, that I would like to have in men to build a family, basically. That's was her feedback. Very sweet. Yeah. Okay. This is Italy is a romantic country, especially Naples. Yeah.
So the most romantic area we went to would be one of the islands south of Naples, and it is a little tiny island. Once again, all Italian. Make sure you either have a translator or you can figure things out. But the little tiny villas, all built up into the mountains, just beautiful beaches, and there were hot springs everywhere. So we were able to go eat right inside the bay, have some wonderful lunch, and then head to a hot spring beach where the hot springs go directly into the ocean. So even in early May, we were still able to enjoy the beach, enjoy the water, and yeah.
Each other and each other company. Super. Yeah. I wanted to ask you, basically, you explaining all this quality of Lesia, so you can feel difference, right? You was dating American lady before.
Mostly American girls before, yeah.
And what you think, there are any difference between, I don't know, personality, character, or between Ukrainian American lady? What is different about Ukrainian ladies that you like or maybe don't like?
American women are a little bit more pushy.
Pushy.
I would describe pushy.
What they push you?
An American guy would understand. I think it's one of those things where everything needs to be a certain way all of the time. regardless if it is feasible or realistic in the moment. Family is substantially more important for Ukrainian women than American women.
Yes.
Yeah, much calmer, much quieter. I would say the best way I could describe it is more introverted in general compared to more extroverted in general for American women. American women, they're yeah, I don't know any other way to describe it.
I think about this introvert extrovert, it's maybe depend on person. Just you met less is like this.
Yeah, I think some of it has to do with person, but even between Anastasia and Lisa, there's a more even being extroverted there does not mean extroverted the way you would imagine an American describe extroverted. It's more of a trying to find the best words for it. It's extroverted dialed down a notch, even when extroversion is there. Introverted even dialed down more introverted than when you describe a normal American.
Okay. Here's a compliment, of course, for you.
Oh,
Timothy,
thanks.
good communicator. Yes. Okay, and Timothy, what major compatibility do you and Lesia have that added value towards a long-term relationship? Yeah.
So a lot of it has to do with common interests and similar personalities. Similar interests, you can talk about the same thing. For instance, we both really enjoy gardening, growing plants. She has a giant garden so basically her house is on the outskirts of town, and there's a giant fence surrounding it, and it essentially looks like a courtyard filled with her garden. Lots of flowers, lots of vegetables her dog can run around in. And here, it's not nearly as pretty.
She sent you pictures, yeah?
Yeah. But we're essentially both growing different plants and talking about seeing how they're growing. We both really enjoy animals. She has 2 dogs. I have 1 cat. Cats are much easier to have when you're traveling a lot. And the personality is very similar. I would honestly describe her as a female version of myself. And that the same shows, same types of music, same almost everything. And it's strange because I've never encountered that before.
That's so fantastic to hear. I have goosebumps, because you didn't tell me this, in details like we're speaking now. It's very nice. Yeah. Super. This is something about Sicily. To Bill, about Sicily.
Yeah, I had a friend in the Navy that was stationed in Naples. He's now retired. He's about 45 or 48 now, and gave some recommendations for important food to eat.
I think it's a pizza born in Naples, as I recall, if I'm not mistaken. Pizza. Timothy, did you bring her flowers? So from the beginning, when you sent her flowers,
So
8th of March.
I sent her flowers while I was here in the US. When I arrived, I did not have flowers on me. We basically went out for a quick bite to eat and bought some from a street vendor while we were eating.
Just bought and presented her, yeah? How was her reaction?
She was surprised. She did not expect. Well, we had been walking around for maybe half an hour, 45 minutes, and then flowers just magically appear.
So cute. Yeah, so nice, so romantic. Did you bring her some, I don't know, present maybe from US?
Yeah, I brought her some maple candies, which are local to Canada and the Northeast United States. because she had never had maple or peanut butter before, which
Uh-huh.
for an American sounds really strange. And it's something everyone should try. And along with a glass for Cleveland that had, I believe it was the Cleveland Guardians with the mascot. It's the Major League Baseball team.
Did she like?
Yeah.
By the way, did she bring you something from Ukraine?
She did.
did.
Some delicious candies
Mhm.
and candles.
So basically, guys, in our culture, normally lady would. It's nice to exchange basically presents, you know, and it's nice that she thought about you. She thought about bringing something, not only bring herself, you know, as a present, you know, but she thought about you. It's lovely. A little detailed, but you know, you understood she's
Yeah.
thinking about you. Yeah, super. Okay, so what's your guys' future plans are?
So currently the plans are to go to Prague for a couple of days in early September, and then go to Latvia where she has a interview for a US tourist visa. So it's going to be 3 days in Prague, 3 days in Latvia.
So you're going together for interview, is
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
Okay, guys. So now basically, yeah. Next step, of course, she need to visit US, right? She need to see how you live, you're dating. So we often recommend guys to use this opportunity of this humanitarian program for Ukrainian people, which called Uniting for Ukraine, You for You. But it's more like immigration program when you already basically decide together to stay together. You sponsor lady, and she get approved during 1 month. It's absolutely free program and fast and very convenient because so easy with documents now during this war. For Ukrainian people, different countries helping Ukrainian people basically escape from the war, and United States also helping. So during this year and something of the war, we have more successful couple than before, even before the war. This sounds weird, but this is because so much easy with documents. Couple can get together much faster because of this humanitarian program. So guys, you have to use this. It is the best time to find Ukrainian wife because easy with documents. And yeah, this is one of the reasons. And you decided to go different way, apply for tourist visa, basically. We want to tourist business visa, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's
Explain a little bit, give some advices to guys what you learn if they decide to apply for their lady.
Yeah, so currently her mother is living in Italy, her brother is currently fighting the war, and her father is still local. The main issue with the United for Ukraine visa is you need to seek pre-approval before leaving the United States, or you basically give up the visa. So if something were to happen, she would basically be waiting on the government to give her approval if anything bad were to occur. And it's quite frankly a very high risk to basically be told something is happening with your family, you need to wait for the government to take their time, or you cannot come back. That's why we are going through the tourist visa.
I understand, and ladies worrying about their parents, about brothers who want the war.
Yeah.
So basically, United for Ukraine, it's more like an immigration visa. If
it's
you
100%.
Yeah, but we have few clients, you know, who took ladies to US with Uniting for Ukraine. It was fast approval, and some already got married in US. They felt comfortable, basically, as somebody say, put ring on the finger of ladies, got married, you know, and some couples decided to stay period of time, basically get to know each other and get married. This Uniting for Ukraine, it's 2 years, basically gives 2 years residence for lady and permission to work, social security. So this is good program. But we decided this way, tourist visa, and you hired even immigration lawyer, yeah?
Yes.
To help Lesia prepare documents.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of very weird regulations depending on what country you are from, depending on the background, and even different locations, because some places you can walk in and get something the next week. Other embassies take up to a year to schedule. And a year.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So imagine going, I would like to go visit the US in 6 months, and you can't even get your interview for 9.
Wow.
So helping navigate that, and then if not everything's right with your documents, then you get to reschedule again. And if you are turned down for a tourist visa, it is substantially harder to get one again. So it's basically a one shot. And if that does not work, then you need to find a different visa.
So hopefully this immigration lawyer, you told me it cost a couple $100, guys. It's
yeah, I think it was $200 or $300. Yeah.
But they will help lady to prepare documents, basically, or correctly prepare lady for interview for tourist visa. And you said Latvia,
anything.
Yeah, and Latvia, as you said, is the best. Yeah, percentage of approval of
supposedly. We will find out.
So it's September, yeah?
yeah, September.
Okay, I will be in contact. I'm curious what is going on. Hopefully, fingers crossed, everything will go well. Okay, so here's a question from Anne. Whether you plan to put ring on her finger? Lesia finger.
Yeah, we need to meet each other as friends and family first, but I'm planning on visiting Ukraine in end of December. Not recommended, but planning on it. And then if everything with the visa works out, she would be visiting in sometime in the spring.
Okay, nice. It's important step to meet family. It's important step in.
Yeah.
Expire. Yeah, we didn't find such information that Uniting for Ukraine expire in September. I was watching on the blog, so we will see.
What's going on with the United for Ukraine visa program that I think is what's being talked about here is the visas are good for 2 years. And many of the people currently on one of the United for Ukraine visas, they are set to expire. And they don't know if they are going to give them a different one, if they're going to automatically extend it. The program is also can be canceled at any time. So there may be some truth into it's set to expire in September. It could be a rumor. There's a lot of confusion.
Yeah, nobody knows. I was searching this information, but maybe they stop take new applications. We don't know.
It's possible. I hope they announce it ahead of time, at least a little more publicly then.
Yeah. Okay. Let's answer some questions here. Many questions. Okay. About American women. If you ask many American women what she brings to the table, many says, "I'm the table." If the woman in the relationship table, why would she want a man? She can have a relationship by herself. So this is experience, feedback. What do you think about this, Timothy, about this statement?
Not accurate.
This is we asked already. Okay. Here's about translator. Some Deep L is supposed to be.
I think that's what it is.
Translator. Is it like online or?
Yeah,
with
that's
A.
the AI one I was describing that I used 2 or 3 times when the vocab could only be understood within context, but I can't directly message Lisa with that. So Viber's easier. But yeah, if anything looks weird, definitely check different translators.
Yeah. I heard stories from our other couples how they use these translators. Oh my God, how much they laugh. Yeah. Okay, this is I don't know, compliment maybe. He's time traveling alien. This is about you. I hope it's something good. Yeah, that you have different style basically.
Yeah.
I think Timothy has long hair. Pull it
Yeah.
back. Some women love long hair. Yeah, I heard.
Yeah, it's a love or hate thing. Some women will love it more than anything else, and others will instantly disregard you because of it. And yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah, I be honest, guys. I even recommended Tim at some point. We saw that it's not basically. I would say it would not. Very few women say yes. We were surprised. So then we asked Tim because it was all pictures with long hair. Actually, you sent before, and then we asked you to make few pictures with ponytail, and we sent to another woman, and it was more replies yes. I think in Ukraine it's just not typical, long hair and men with short hair pursue as a strong man, something like that. It's Ukrainian. But of course, your lady Lesia liked it, and I know Anastasia liked also.
Yeah. Yeah.
You just have to find lady who like this.
Yeah, some girls will like it, some won't, and it's once again, it's a personal preference. It's just like guys will like longer hair on girls sometimes they'll like shorter. Yeah.
Oh, thank you so much. This is compliment to me. Okay, ask if available. Okay, I'm reading questions, and now, we'll have few more. If you, Timothy, would like to share something else, about Lesia, how you felt.
Yeah.
Okay, this is. It goes to show women to prioritize career may not be the best match for men wanting to create family. This is about American women, I guess.
That I actually think can vary. It depends on if she would disregard children and pursuit for her career. Most women that want children won't. Even if they like their career, they may take a few less hours, take 6 months or so off, spend a little bit more time. But I believe that's an individual person thing.
But for Ukrainian women, you already know that family is priority.
Number one.
Basically. Number one in any case. She would like to have a family, children, take care about husband, about kids. It's like giving great pleasure, and satisfaction. And of course, Ukrainian women working, we have high percentage in Ukraine, basically university educated ladies. So you will meet some smart women, here.
Yeah.
But still they give priority to having family, kids, good men by their side. Yeah. Okay. This is about me, that I'm traditional Ukrainian women. Yes. She's married. Okay. Thank you, guys. Oh my God. Who is this? Somebody has dossier on me and know everything about me. And I don't know who then is hiding. Okay. Guys, register for free consultation, so please register for free consultation with us. We all discuss, all your questions will be answered, and Yeah, we will create for you basically your journey, your realistic journey to find a nice, good Ukrainian lady, and I will help you in every step of your journey, of course. All our team, Joe, Anna, Tatiana, our matchmaker, Diana, our lovely administrator. So we all here for you. Yeah, all our IT, guys who produce, this video content. We all, we stand by our clients and want you to succeed. This is for sure. I think we answered the questions here.
Yeah.
Okay. Timothy, how helpful I was for you? How good coach basically I was for you in the journey?
Incredibly good.
Enough?
Well, there's some cultural differences between Americans and Ukrainians that if you're going to start dating, you need to be aware of, such as always pay for the meals.
Guys, listen, good advices now from experienced guys.
The most unusual thing from an American perspective would be ordering for her. Like she'd basically go, "I want this. This sounds delicious. Can you tell the waiter?" That was definitely the most.
So she wants basically you to help her, to
yes.
order something.
Yeah.
It's nice. It's being basically lady and you being a man, She wants you to lead basically. Yeah, this is.
Yeah. Flowers are more important in Ukraine than they are in America. In America, they tend to be for apologies. That's the way they're typically viewed. In Ukraine, they're viewed more as a wonderful gift.
Okay.
Yeah, and also helping me understand which different holidays are customary for gifts, because we don't have Women's Day here in the US. So to even hear that it exists and gifts are normal, no idea. Had no idea to expect that.
Yeah, so when you meet Lesia, it was like approaching 8th of March, which is International Women's Day, and in Ukraine it's big day basically for women, men giving flowers to ladies, and we used to have even day off this day. Now no, but so I was like, Timothy, it's 8th of March. What is this 8th of March? Would be nice if you can surprise her with flowers, so it's like delivery online, like to find good service to deliver flowers. It's not expensive, but lady will be so happy, so appreciative. Of course, if you don't meet lady in person, we don't recommend to send like gifts or something. Money, of course not, but your relation start when you actually meet in person and experience this connection. This is your relationship start. But of course, to put your relationship in this romantic mode, and remember about Women's Day, 8th of March, like her birthdays, of course. These days you should remember. And of course, St. Valentine's Day. This is important for Ukrainian women. So if you send flowers or some little gift, even in shape of, I don't know, sweets in shape of heart or something like this, this is fantastic. Doesn't cost you much, but lady will feel great.
Yeah, and the flowers.ua service tends to work pretty well. For an American, I recommend paying in Ukrainian currency and not US dollars, because they charge you like 20 to 30% less. So use a credit card that has free foreign exchange, and it's even more affordable.
Yeah, Flowers UA, it just never failed, basically. Our clients normally use this service. A few clients use different services, but this always, I know, they deliver everywhere. Even in craziest zones sometimes. Not, of course, on the war, no. But they deliver well. So she was happy. And what about like opening the doors or something like that, like taking off clothes, putting on? Did you do that?
It was unusually cold in Italy.
Oh.
We had our jackets on the entire time. because there's a lot of outdoor patios, a lot of exterior, but it was 40, yeah, it was about 40 degrees in Naples when we were there. We thought it was going to be nice and warm, and no, cold and rainy, unfortunately.
Cold and rainy.
Opened all of the doors, held her hand whenever there'd be any difficult places to travel, such as up Mount Vesuvius, for example. Yeah.
Okay, Timothy, can you share what were your top 3 biggest fears when you was looking a wife in Ukraine? And after experience with Match Guarantee, how these fears now?
Top 3 biggest fears, just not being able to find anyone. And that goes to simply if you can't find anyone locally, when in theory it should be easier because you're able to meet people in person, you're able to do all of that. What's the likelihood you'll be able to actually start something with someone you've never met in person previously? Second fear would be it's a lot of money. It realistically is.
Yeah, a lot of money to look for Ukrainian wife, basically.
Yeah.
Expensive.
And it wouldn't matter if it was Match Guarantee or not, just simply because of flying and meeting in person. It's going to be expensive one way or another.
Yeah, of course.
And then the third biggest fear, I don't know. I really only had those two fears. Yeah.
Okay, and how it changed now, these 2 fears for you when you started then you actually found this fantastic girl.
Well, I could not have met her any other way, and I'm incredibly thankful for it.
Oh.
I would recommend giving it a shot. If you don't see anyone locally and you've seriously been looking, not just you move somewhere for 6 weeks and you're done. I mean, seriously looking and you've still not found anyone, you should look outside your area. You should give Match Guarantee a try.
Thank you. Thank you for recommendation. And this second fear about flying, did you spend much on that already? Basically, your dating will be some dating, how we said, expenses, right?
Yeah. It was a lot for someone that lives in Cleveland. Just everything's cheap here, so the perspectives for the Midwest when it comes to costs don't match anywhere else. It was about $3,000 total, but that includes hotel, that includes transportation for both of us, the food, and going to all the different places. So for a week, it's reasonable.
How much? Just for guys that they hear this amount.
It was
in Europe for dating.
Yeah, about $3,000 for the week.
For everything, yeah.
For everything, yeah.
And this is include your flight?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. Once you get there, the hotels are affordable, and it's Italy. The food's delicious no matter where you go. Southern Italy's affordable as well, just about in every way. The expensive part is getting there. That is easily half the cost.
So it's still affordable, right? It's not what you thought, that it's impossible.
Yeah, if you save up some money and you don't buy a bunch of stupid, useless stuff on Amazon every month, you'll be fine. You can afford it if you put your mind to it. Yeah.
Okay, and now is a question. Your investment in finding your half through Match Guarantee, was it worth it, and why?
Yeah. How would it not be worth it? I would not know her, let alone date her, if it had not been for Match Guarantee.
Yeah. Thank you. How would you rate our service on the scale from 1 to 10? Would you be happy to recommend Yeah, maybe to your single friends.
Yeah, definitely a 10. And
And
anyone that is
great.
able to anyone that's able to mentally do a long distance relationship, I recommend it
Mhm,
to.
mhm,
Some
mhm,
people cannot, and it does not matter where she is from. It does not matter anything else. But if you are
mhm.
able to and mature enough to deal with a long distance relationship, yes, I would recommend it.
Yeah, and you can meet somebody that probably in US now these days don't exist. I mean, uh, values. I mean, we still like old traditional, right?
Yeah,
Um, so just
yeah,
different personality, different qualities, basically.
yeah.
That's important.
Substantially more traditional. I would describe it
Mhm.
more along the lines of so my grandparents came from West Virginia,
Uh-huh.
and I would describe it as the values from when they were a child.
Mhm, mhm,
That's how I'd best describe it compared to anything you'd be able to find locally.
mhm. Yeah. Okay, I would like to answer this. You know, uh, I'm new here. Okay, this is registration for link for here is the questions from our viewer from India, from Mumbai. Um, yeah, Vivek, could you please register there, and our lovely administrator Diana will call you and explain you. But I have to tell you that it will be difficult to help, if you live in actually in India, if you would live in Canada, US, like Europe, we would help you. But yeah, it's more difficult to help Indian men who live in Mumbai, in India itself. Yeah, but you can register and Diana will answer your questions further. Okay, here's questions. Timothy, we look forward for your engagement and your future marriage. I hope you stay in touch with us. Yes, we're all looking forward to that. Yeah, step by step, right?
Yeah, one step at a time. She first has to come
Exactly.
and visit, or
But I really feel you have great potential because I know Lesia and yeah, you kind of both calm, this similar as you described. She's like female version of you. She's a really good person, but hopefully you can find the way, to be together. We'll be wise enough, to keep this relationship going.
yeah, we'll figure something out. Where there's a will, there's a
Yeah.
way.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Super. We will be informing Billy and everybody else about progress. Okay, here's another question. I will give N. I don't know who is N. I will give additional rate for Luba 10 out of 10 for her advisory service for Timothy. Always happy, as I said. It's the greatest pleasure for me as when you see its result, good result. But as you know, guys, we have these lifetime services where we work with clients to result. Joe created this package because we believe this works the best. You're not settled, on lady. You find in your soulmate. You're not settling. You're looking for qualities in lady that you want, and yeah, for this reason we offer basically lifetime guarantee. But it doesn't mean you date in lifetime. It means that just assurance for you that you will be successful. Normally our guy is successful during first year. See, Timothy in 2 months he met his Lesia. I think it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay, best wishes to you and Lesia.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Um, this is important question. What advice would you give to guys who are thinking about trying to find Ukrainian wife? Your top 3 tips, does and don'ts.
Top
Does.
3 would be
Mhm.
expect the unexpected. And
Yeah.
that's simply because the culture is different. You're going to come up different backgrounds, different countries, different languages.
Mhm.
Things are just going to happen. And it may be communication, it may be a strange cultural quirk that you did not expect or she did not expect. And it's just going to happen. Yeah, there's no way around it.
Yeah, and we are here, guys, for you to basically advise in these cultural differences, because we provide like unlimited coaching. Basically, we guiding you through a journey. We try helping you to understand this cultural difference and make less mistakes, because mistakes always will be. You're from different culture, but at least with our help you make less mistake, and it will help you to succeed with one of our ladies. Okay, second.
Second would be trust your instinct.
Super.
Yeah, definitely trust your instincts. If something feels off, something's probably off, and you may not know what it is. And that may be things may be going rough, but your instincts say things are still okay. Things are probably still okay. If things on paper appear that everything's perfect, but your gut says otherwise, something's probably off. And that goes both with Ukrainian women and women locally. Just trust your instincts. Yeah.
Trust your gut feeling. This is the best advice. Yeah, always when you're choosing ladies, guys, and listen your internal feeling when you're even choosing ladies. So it most likely lead you to right direction, right lady. Okay, and third advice.
Communication is important. And even more important when you're using translators. Because once again, if something comes up and it sounds really weird, she probably didn't say something really weird. It's the translator. And if she responds in a strange way, it could be you responded through the translator in a weird way. Be understanding of the language barrier.
Yeah, this is good advice, because sometimes guys getting upset when some misunderstanding. I see this all the time. But I said maybe she didn't understood you correctly.
Yeah.
So as Timothy advice, talk to your lady and try to clarify this situation. Explain.
Yeah.
This is good advice also. And okay, and top 3 tips what don't do.
To not do. Don't be rude. Yeah, don't be rude. I would say don't cheap out. You don't need to spend a bunch of money, but when you're on a date and every meal is at McDonald's, you're doing something wrong. It can be cheap, like it can be a small diner or something, but it can't be something like fast food for every single meal. It just cannot be that.
Yeah, it's especially on a date. It's better not to go to McDonald's. Because ladies basically looking how you will be, kind of testing or something, even for men for the future. If he's not cheap, as you said, if he's not greedy or something like that. So, yeah, McDonald's can be, but sometimes, and when you probably, it's better when you already start your relationship, you're loyal to each other.
Yeah.
At the beginning, even to go to not very expensive restaurant, but local restaurant would be nicer than McDonald's. Probably will be the same money, more or less, but
yeah, same money, better food, better atmosphere.
Yeah.
Yeah, and don't let mind games screw you up. By I mean internal mind games where you're worried too much and then it gets in your way. If you worry too much, you're gonna screw yourself over. You just gotta relax. Yeah. Relax.
Okay.
Take the problems as they come, and she's gonna be just as nervous as you are.
Yes, for sure. For sure, a lady's nervous. They have to, calm down. Guys and girls before Zoom calls, or before the meeting, it's always nervous because maybe you meet, love of your life now.
Yeah.
Of course, you're nervous always. Okay, and third advice, maybe what not to do. Yeah, here is comment. Never assume a negative, but do check for red flags.
Yeah.
For red flags. Okay, understood.
Yeah. Never assume that something is off.
McDonald's is 5-star restaurant. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny about McDonald's. I think I was writing you, Timothy, don't take her to McDonald's. That was funny.
Yeah. I would say don't worry about the language barrier as much. The language barrier is real, but it's not this giant wall that you can't get across. It exists, but it's minor at the end of the day. When you're looking for someone that you love, someone that you care about, someone that you want long term to be with, what, you don't speak 100% the same language for the first few months? It's a small detail that eventually you'll learn the same language. Yeah.
Yeah, she will learn basically when she, we see many ladies learn when they started communication relations with our client. They really improved. Significantly improved level of English. They have practice every day, and some women started to take in English lessons, English classes of English language. So, okay, super. Guys, do you have any questions? We will be finishing this live stream. If you would like to ask something, Timothy, our successful client, yeah, that found his lady in 2 months, basically. Yeah, with the match guarantee, it would be, I don't know. Yeah, 2 months. 2 months.
Yeah.
Was introduced to basically 3 ladies. And hopefully Lesia is the last.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. Yes. Okay, I think we don't have questions here. So yeah, Tim, I appreciate so much, that you brave enough to do this interview. That because I guess your story inspired many guys to try this journey, and you give very good advices to them, so they can implement, in their search. Yeah. So thank you so much, and we wish you and Lesia lots of happiness, in your journey.
You.
And we will be looking for, of course, good news about interview of Lesia in the U.S. Embassy, how it was, and your journey as it continues.
Yeah. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, of course. Really, yeah. Thank you, Timothy and Luba. You're welcome, Anne. Yes. Timothy, you cool bro.
Thanks, man.
We would agree here. Okay, I think, yeah, thank you, Timothy. Thank you guys for being here with us. We will be doing more live streams soon with more successful clients. We have some new couples. It's very great. So we will be doing it as guys basically agree and have free time. So thank you so much. And again, register with us. Register for free Zoom consultation with me. It's around 1 hour free consultation, so I can guide you through the process, answer your questions. We will find your zone of success, basically, with your Ukrainian lady, and I will help you to start your journey. So you're very welcome. Hope to see you soon. Okay, Timothy, thank you so much again. Thank you so much.
Not a problem.
Yeah, I wish you a fantastic day and all best regards for you and Lesia.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye, Timothy. Yeah.
Take care.
Пока-пока. Take care.